What's up everyone, it's Twiggy. I know I look like someone else, but honey, it is 2021 and I might just rebrand by mistake. Welcome to my life. Welcome to a 2021 quick life update. I asked you guys some questions on Instagram a month ago, and this is going to be a combination of a life update and me answering those questions. I know I look different, so let's I've been crying and crying to my sister and like all my friends on Instagram, like, oh my god, I want to wear wigs. Like there's this Brazilian wet curly kind of wig that I saw on one of these Instagram boutiques and it was going for 10,000 rand, and I was like, oh my god, I want it. And my sister was like, bitch, hold up, you have wigs. I've got like 3-4 wigs that I never wear. And I was like, so she's like, start wearing the wigs that you actually have before you come begging us to buy you a 10,000 rand wig. So I was like, okay, she's making a very fair point. So a month ago, I pulled out one of my blonde wigs that I've literally never worn before. I bought it on Ali Pearl last year, and the quality wasn't what I expected, but I mean, for the price that I paid, it kind of makes sense. I think it was like 2.5. I was like, let me just try out this website that my friend recommended to me and see what I get. And it arrived and the lace was thick and the color was that Barbie doll. You see these Barbies we used to play with when we were young? It was that kind of yellow plastic blonde, and I was so disappointed. I was like, yo, what a waste of money. So I bleached it. I went over it with the bleach that I use on my normal hair, and it made the wig a bit more platinum than that yellow blonde. And I was like, oh, okay, it's cute. Then I pulled it out recently, and I went to a hair salon that I've just started loving and I'm like frequenting, called Fabulous something. It's across Monta Cafe in Orlando East. I'll leave the details in the description or somewhere up here. But I've been getting my nails done there. This is the second set that I've actually done by them. This is a refill, and they installed the blonde wig. There is a wig installation guy who also like does braids and other hair stuff, but he is the wig guru. His name is Mario, and Mario installed the blonde wig, and guys, it was a transformation. It was like literally a transformation. But because the quality of the wig isn't that great, you could definitely see by the hairline that I'm wearing a wig. So I wasn't happy with that, but it had nothing to do with the way it was installed. It was the wig itself. So I had it on for a day and I chucked it. Then I thought, hey, Mario's really good at his job. Imagine what he could do with a decent wig. So I pulled this wig out on Friday. Let me tell you about Friday, child. So I've been having, actually let's just start this life update. I don't know if I should start that life update or if I should tell you more about the wig. Okay, this is like life update, and it'll bring you all to now, to today, and I'll tell you everything that's happening. So during December, I ended things with my long-term vibe. Literally just before Christmas, I was completely heartbroken. If you guys have seen me tweeting about how gone I was as a girl throughout the past year and a half, you'll probably know who I'm talking about. But we ended things because I did something that was so out of character apparently, and he broke up with me because I don't know, he can't trust me in a circle in his life. You know how men literally break up with you over you like spilling milk on their bed. But I was really heartbroken about it because I've given him so many chances in the past, and I made one mistake and he ended everything. So I was like, you know what, if someone can let go of a quality damn piece like me over something so small, which it was wrong, but I, asked for forgiveness and promised to like make it up to him, whatever. I was like, then he really doesn't deserve me. So I was really bleak over the festive season. But I had a trip to Cape Town. I went to Cape Town with one of my high school friends in Nguli, who I hadn't seen in a long time because she's now moved to London. And I told myself like, yo, we're going to get to Cape Town and I'm going to Mosha. Like, people that know me, like from back in the day, from when I just moved back to Joburg from Cape Town, know that I was in the club Thursday to Sunday. I was rolling with your favorite rappers. I was pulling up with your favorite rappers at every gig. I was a backstage queen. I was hooking up with the flies guys. So I was like, you know what, I need to go back to the real me. I need to just go back and taste that life, because I had literally committed myself to someone who wasn't even my boyfriend, you know. So that was my mission for Cape Town: catch up with my girl, go off in the club, drink like never before. So I was very, very keen for that. And like, it's weird because I don't party as much as I used to, and I don't drink as much as I used to. Literally on the first day that we arrived, we ran all our errands, bought groceries for our Airbnb, and we passed out on the couch, woke up around 8 o'clock. I think curfew at the time was 11. In my mind I was like, oh, I can still go into, I think Sneaker Cartel was open, and we were staying right down the road. So I was like, I can still go to Sneaker if I like just quickly just put together a face and a quick outfit. But I was like, but we can still party tomorrow. I'm here for a week, so like there's no rush. But then there was a rush, because store actually closed all the taps literally the following day. But we did get to go to one really nice like daytime mingle, which was enough for me. And then for the rest of the trip, it was really just house parties and like daytime vibes and just having an early night in, which I absolutely loved. But I ended up being stuck in a fucking summer romance. I wouldn't say stuck, because I actually enjoyed it, and I met the most incredible guy in Cape Town, who's someone that I've known, but I just didn't have the time to meet up with him. I had never spent time with him before, and we spent literally the whole trip together. And it definitely pulled me out of the dark place that I was in from my previous breakup. So it was absolutely stunning having like the summer romance and just being like all soft and cute, and like going on ice cream dates and going to Signal Hill to watch the sunset and just going to every party together. It was absolutely amazing. Until like we came back to Joburg, and then like real life happens. Obviously everyone's like, it's back to reality. Work starts, campaigns start coming in, family pressure starts like knocking at your door. So we had to end things, and I took that hard as well, because I literally had met like the most incredible guy who was like a breath of fresh air, who was literally my best friend within a day. So I was now heartbroken times two. This is turning into a story time. But anyways, I was just like, yo, okay, I need to actually just pull myself towards myself. It's the beginning of the year. Brands are going to start reaching out for campaigns. I need to start getting back into the gym. I need to like, you know, start my year. So I was like, I'm not going to let this like breakup like get me down. I'm going to like come alive. So my friend was hosting at Rockets, and I said to one of my girls, babes, listen, I'm ready to look cute as fuck. I'm ready to just be back on the streets, you know, like let's get dressed up, let's get dolled up and just be seen. And that's what inspired me to pull out this wig and get it installed, because I was like, oh, you'll never know like what it will look like, and you know, I've got some cute dresses that I haven't worn before. So got the wig installed, posted a few like behind the scenes, and like all my people on my WhatsApp were like, what are you doing, what's going on? And I was just like, no, I'm just trying out a thing, you know. Then I put on makeup and I put on this leather bodycon dress, and they were like, what is happening here? And I was just like, no, I'm back on the streets. I need to just, you know, remind y'all that I still got it. So I went to Rockets, and like I obviously posted all my images on social media, and everyone was like, bitch, what the fuck? And I was like, bitch, I know. I know. It was just my like little comeback. It was just like for all my exes to see. It was just for like my summer romance to like but actually you made a mistake by ending things with me. But it was also just to remind myself that I still got it, because I think throughout 2020, because we were all stuck at home, you kind of just let go of how you look, because we don't go out anymore. So it was just to remind myself that I still get it. But it is Sunday today, and I've got this reinstalled because, honey, when I said I'm back on the streets, I'm back on the streets. So I'm going out again, and I'm sorry if I keep like flicking. I'm really not used to having long hair. I'm not used to having hair at all. So it's like it keeps going onto my eyes. So I'm just like But besides the heartbreak that I went through, 2020 was literally a roller coaster of a year. I didn't work for a good 6 months, so I had no income at all, which is very weird for me, who literally has campaign after campaign after campaign, and that inspired my mom and I to start Mama Molly's Kitchen so that we could have some sort of income and something to keep us busy more than anything during the pandemic. So that was a complete success. Everyone was obsessed with my mom's food as much as I am, so they finally get it. And when the restrictions were eased a bit, I literally was able to get right back into work, and it was the busiest time of my life. Like September, October, November, December, I worked the most. I had campaign back to back to back to back, and I'm so grateful for the jobs that I was able to bag during that time. And it actually, because of what happened in the 6 months of Corona, because of those 6 months of not working, I was able to be smart enough this time around to actually like save. So I saved so much money, and then I wanted to treat myself to that trip to Cape Town because it was such a hectic year. And I wasn't even disappointed when the president locked alcohol and turned down the curfew, because more than anything I was going to Cape Town to rest. But yeah, like 2020 was, it was really that moment where everyone had to sit in the mirror and face themselves and reflect on their behavior, their traumas, their triggers, their flaws, their problems, their wounds, their family. It was the most time we've ever spent with our family, with our boyfriends, with our husbands, with our kids. So 2020 was actually a really powerful year, as much as we've lost so much in terms of work, lives, relationships. It was a year of growth, and I personally feel like if you didn't use 2020 to grow in some kind of way, then it kind of was a waste of time, because that was a time to kind of reset and refigure out your strategy for your life, for work, for your love life. But also it was a time to rest, really. I don't want to put pressure on anyone that they should have done something, because we are in a pandemic. We were all just trying to survive, really. Everyone was just trying to stay alive. So I'm really grateful to be alive. I'm grateful that I haven't lost any family members to COVID. I'm grateful that all my friends and family are healthy and we're able to continue with life and like the new norm, you know. So I'm just going to get into the questions that you guys have asked me. Most of them are career based. I'm not going to touch onto anything relationship, friendship wise. I think I will do that for a separate video. So if you do have any questions to ask me about my love life, about my friends, about my personal life, do feel free to ask me that. But for today, I think I want to focus more on work, because it is the beginning of the year. I feel like people are still trying to find their feet. We do have that, I feel like we're experiencing beginning of the year fatigue. Like everyone starts January and they're like, I'm gonna crush all my goals, I'm gonna set all these new goals, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna exercise, eat better, and then we rush into doing that instead of easing ourselves into it. That literally by the time now February, we're exhausted already. So I just want to answer some of your questions about career, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know I've been like rambling, but I hope these questions help. If you have any other questions that are career related, please also feel free to leave those in the comment section. But yeah, I hope you've been enjoying my daily vlogs. I know I've kind of slacked on those because my life isn't always interesting. I'm not always doing something new, but I hope you do love the daily vlogs. I will be vlogging more now that restrictions have been eased. Hopefully I'll be able to go to Cape Town again soon. I'm hanging out a lot with my girls now because we've realized we didn't spend enough time together in the past. We missed out on a lot, so I'll definitely be back with vlogs and stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoy this vlog. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it on your social media. That would be absolutely amazing. And also subscribe to my channel. Let's get into these questions. Okay, question number 1. What's the biggest business lesson you learned in 2020, and how are you applying it in 2021? I think the biggest lesson in 2020 is not being desperate to work with brands just because you need the money. I know we are in a pandemic, and obviously things were much worse in 2020 as they are right now, but I found myself working with 2 brands that I wouldn't usually work with or use in my normal everyday life, but I really needed the money, and it was really quick, easy money, but I became very difficult to work with because I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. I wasn't passionate about the brands or the product. So I found myself like replying to the agency days late. My content was late. It wasn't the best quality. So that actually tarnishes your brand in the long run, because whoever I was working with probably won't want to suggest me to someone else in the future, or if they work with a brand that I absolutely love in the future, they won't be rushing to work with me because they had a difficult time with me in the past. So as much as I was desperate for the money at the time, I actually should have just let it go and waited for something that was more brand aligned. So I think that was the biggest lesson. And it's something that I actually always tell people, like, never work with a brand that you're not passionate about, that you aren't obsessed with, and that you wouldn't use in your daily life, because it shows in your content, you know, it shows that this is just an ad. So that quick check, that was my biggest lesson. Don't go for the quick check, rather wait, no matter how desperate you are, because it really will tarnish your brand. So that's definitely something that I'm taking into 2021. I'm finding myself getting proposals already from brands, and I'm like not willing to settle, not willing to like take the campaign, like, because I'm not getting you know, they're not meeting me in terms of like rates, for example, or the content or whatever concept that they have isn't something that I vibe with. How to plan and budget for trips. Maybe the best thing to do is start with finding a destination. So let's say Cape Town, for example. Once you've decided where you want to go, then you start looking at flights and accommodation. That's the two most important things that you are going to need to start saving for. Once you start looking at flights for the dates that you want to travel to, and accommodation, I would highly recommend Airbnb for accommodation more than any hotel or anything, because it's just, it feels like a more home vibe. You can do way more, we have more freedom. Once you find your flights and your accommodation and figure out what it is you want to do on those trips that you're on, then you can figure out how much money you're going to need for the trip. So you also need to know why you're going to that place. When I went to Cape Town with my friend in December, I knew that I was going there to rest and eat. So that's what I spent most of my money on, and that's what I knew most of the pocket money that I'm giving myself for that trip would be for the Airbnb and for the lunches that I would be going out to. So I didn't spend a lot of money on alcohol. I didn't spend a lot of money on like activities and stuff like that, because I knew why I was going to Cape Town. So those are the tips I'd give you, is know where you're going and what you're going to be doing there. Look for flights and accommodation first of all, so you can know how much to start saving for that. And once you know why you're going there, then you can also start looking around for cool things to do in that area and see how much things usually go for, and you can save. It always helps to put away a little bit of money from your salary every month. I do that with every campaign, because I don't get paid every month, but whenever I do get paid, if I get paid 10,000 Rand, for example, for a campaign, I'll always put away 2,000 Rand into my savings. It's not for anything in particular. It obviously really is mainly for a rainy day, but if I have a trip coming up, then I know that I can just take money from there. So I hope that helps. What's your strategy for content creation? It's gonna be really funny, but I have no strategy. For the longest time, like, genuinely, oh sorry, this pin is fucking digging to my ear. For the longest time, I've been an influencer for like 6 years, and I've never planned content in my life. I take a picture, I post it on the Instagram, and it's done. I tweet and it's done. Like, I don't plan, and maybe because I don't plan, I could be much bigger than I am now, especially because I've been doing this for so long. But I think that's what makes me super authentic, is that it's just me living my life, and brands are plugging into my life, and I share what they want me to share if it's aligned with me and what's happening in my life. So yeah, I have no strategy. Maybe this year mutake more strategy, you know, I plan the feed and everything, but I'm so lazy for that. 2021, what can we expect from you from personal and work perspective? I won't go into personal perspective, but from a work perspective, I think, like I said earlier, I'm going to be way more picky with the brands that I work with. So it'll be very, very clear who I am, what I do, so I won't just be working with anyone. It's going to be very hard to turn down bags, but I think it's something that I want to do for myself. I definitely want to travel more. I want to be on television. Oh, I've been crying about this. Like, I feel like I've said this 100 times. I even went to an MTV presenter search thing just to like prove to myself and everyone around me that I'm actually serious about this. But look at me, Look at me, listen to me. Imagine me on your TV screens, honey. I think I'd be brilliant. I pray to God that this is the year that I get like a TV show or like something. Let me fill in for someone, honey, so that you guys can see me. But I definitely want to be on TV, like BET. I definitely want to be like on a host like a pop culture show or host like a lifestyle travel show, where you guys just follow me and I go to those amazing places and I groove and I drink and I tell you, yes, go to Bali, it's the best place ever. You can do A, B, C, D, E, E, or go to Mpumalanga, like you can do this and that. Just let me show you how to have fun. Like I definitely want to be on TV. As an influencer, how did the pandemic impact you? I feel like I answered that. It impacted me financially, but I think on a personal like mindset wise, like I became more in touch with myself. I understand myself more. I know what triggers me more. I understand my traumas more. But more than anything, it impacted me financially. How did you get into travel influencing? So it's a very funny story, but after, when was it? It was 2015. I was working for a company called 32 Clothing after leaving Joe Public, where I did my internship and worked there for a few months. I was helping this couple open up the store called 32 Clothing. I ran their social media, and it was a very unconventional work setup that we had. We were a team of 4. We worked at Melrose Arch, which was amazing because like we'd have lunch there every day, and that was where we call like work, and like the working hours were chilled. The salary was super like great for the amounts of work that we had to do, but because it was an unconventional work setup, I didn't have things like leave or a pay slip or whatever, which I should have probably thought was a bit shady. But I was given an opportunity to travel to Ghana with a lady called Sheree Robinson, who runs an agency called Tastemakers Africa. Tastemakers Africa basically encourages people from Europe and America to travel Africa. So they wanted to use African influencers to create content around the countries that they would be taking tourists to, and Ghana was one of the places. And Sheree gave me this amazing opportunity to travel to Ghana, and she also invited my cousin Lesedi. So that was an insane opportunity, and I asked my boss like, yo Alex, can I go to Ghana? Can I get leave to go to Ghana, you know, to create content, something I'm super passionate about, whatever, as you know, because I create content for you. And they said no. They said no. What do you think this is, taking leave? What? And I just sat there and I thought to myself, this is abuse. This is abuse. So the only off days I have, get you holiday. And I quit my job. I was just like, I don't need y'all. Bye. I'm going to Ghana. And Sadie and I went to Ghana and met the most incredible content creators from Nigeria, Kenya, and the States. And that was my first travel trip. And after that trip, I literally got invited to so many trips. I did an amazing campaign for Stellenbosch. I did so many campaigns around South Africa. And that's actually just how my influencing took off. So it wasn't just the travel thing. And I've really been blessed to travel to the most amazing destinations and places since 2015 for free. How did you get into your career, content creation, traveling? Did you study for it? So I kind of just explained how I got into travel influencing, but how I got into my career was literally just a mistake. I actually studied film and media production, specializing in radio at UCT as my undergrad, and then I did brand strategy at Vega as my honors degree. And then during that time while I was at UCT and Vega, I was just always taking pictures. I was always documenting whatever me and my friends were up to. I knew nothing about blogging though. I was just taking pictures for Facebook, really. And then Instagram came along and I joined Instagram and I'd post the most random guck, but like it was me just sharing my life, you know, cute dates that go on with my varsity boyfriend, like cute parties out that I'd go with my varsity friends. And I was very, very blessed to be friends with girls that were unlocked. So I was best friends with Kenny and Cleopatra, and they were bloggers. Like, it was fucking 2013. No, I didn't know anything about blogging. I'm a girl from Soweto. I didn't even have a laptop. And they were like on Blogger and WordPress, whatever, and Tumblr. And I was like, what the fuck is this? But, you know, I got into it just by being friends with them. I was like, okay, this is cool. And I would like be on Tumblr, spend hours and hours and hours on Tumblr. And I'd see so many like skinny white girls drinking cappuccinos. And I was like, this is so foreign to me. And I'd come home and I'd look around and see what I'm doing. And it's nothing like what the girls on Tumblr are doing. And I was like, I wish there were more girls like me who are from Soweto, who are just hanging out in Soweto, just hanging out with their friends, doing like really normal things. I don't know, like having a coffee was like such an adult thing. So that's when I started my own blog, Sleepless in Soweto. And that's when I would just document my life, my very normal life. And just from documenting my personal life, I attracted brands who wanted me to document my life, but using their brands. So the first campaign I ever got was from Levi's, which is incredible to be working with such a global brand, a huge global brand, when you like, no one even knows who you are. But that was the whole point, like being relatable. I was very relatable, and Levi's wanted to tap into my audience. So that's how I got into my work, is literally just by documenting my everyday life. Obviously pictures over the years get better and better, content gets better and better, but I literally just started on blogging. I'm a blogger at heart. I love writing. I love telling stories. I'm a storyteller. So that's how I got into it, by starting a blog. And then all my content, like all the pictures, would be on Instagram, directing people to go read my latest blog post. Bloggers are the original influencers of South Africa, if we're keeping it 100. That's why I'm kind of like mean to people that just have Instagram. It's like, what do you even do? Do you have a real job? I have 2 more questions. This one says, hey Twiggy, I actually have 2 questions. As an influencer, how did or do you successfully grow your brand and social media following? And also, what helped you determine your fee and amount you charge for brands to partner with? Okay, let's start with the first question. How did you or do you successfully grow your brand online? I actually did like a cute little 3-minute video for Self C, where I kind of give tips on how to grow your brand online. And what's helped me, these tips that I used for this campaign are tips that I tell everyone, tips that I've used to grow my own brand. And it's very corny things that like everyone tells you, but it really works. The first one would be to be yourself and to be authentic. Like I said, like I'm a one of one, and so are you. Like there's no one else like you. So being yourself, and like if you're being asked questions or if you're being asked to do something, if you do them by being yourself and staying true to yourself and working with brands that you know you love and doing things because you want to do it for yourself and not for others, that helps you stand out a lot. But if you, it's like me putting on this wig and then deciding to go copy Mihlali's exact makeup look and dress exactly like her and start my vlogs and hey loves, like that's not me. You know, there already is a Mihlali. There'll never be another Mihlali. There'll never be another Jessica van Heerden. So being authentic and being your true self, for me, makes you stand out online, especially if you're a brand. Another thing that helps you stand out, and I know some people will disagree, but it's really being consistent with quality content. There's nothing worse than someone who's consistent with their like content, posting all the time, but the quality is so bad and painful to look at or to read. I'd rather advise people to take their time when creating something and put out something that they're proud of, rather than it's like, I'd rather have you post one bomb selfie a week than post 10 very average selfies. You know, also whatever you're sharing needs to help the next person. So yes, I might look pretty on this day, but is it really going to help a person? Unless I'm sharing the look. For example, yes, today on this video, I look hot as hell, but it doesn't help for me to just look hot. I need to tell you, I got this wig from Haircity. It's more affordable than your online Instagram boutiques. So you see, that's an informative post with me just being myself by showing that I'm pretty. I got this wig laid at Mario at Fabulous here in Orlando East, which is 450, unlike the Sand that maybe charges 900 Rand. So you always have to make sure that with your high quality content that you're putting out consistently, it's informative and educational or helps the next person. I feel like that's what helps any brand grow. If there's a purpose of, people must be following you for a reason, not because you're just a pretty face and you love your face and you want to tell people that you're hot. I know that's my motto for 2020, like, just be hot. Like, I don't want to think, I don't want to work, I don't want to do anything this year, I just want to be hot. But at the same time, I want to help you be hot. So I just gave you, you know, the plug. I gave you the hair plug. I'll tell you what I used a MAC foundation. I used Jordan Woods, she has a collab for her lashes. I used a liner and a lip gloss for my, you know, I want you to be hot too. So this is me being, you know, teaching you, putting you onto some things. So I think that's what helps you grow, because people must know why they're following you. With the tips that I've given you now, you can go share them with the next friend and say, yo, Twiggy has this channel, has a YouTube channel, and she has this video out, and she taught me A, B, C, D, E. You should check her out too. And that's how you grow, because you'll be sharing all of this information you learn from me, and that's how I also grow, because now I'll be inspiring or teaching or educating the next person because of you. So I think that's how you can grow. Is what help you determine the fee that you charge for brands. It's crazy because one of my good friends actually just asked me the other day, he was asked for his rate card and I didn't know how to help him, only because when I started out influencing and creating content for brands, there was a platform called Webfluential, which I do know still exists. I actually did a Magnum campaign with them last year. Webfluential is a platform that helps you to determine your rates. It's a platform where you put in all your information, all your social media handles, and it basically pulls a report on how influential you are in terms of your engagement, your insights. It looks at all of that. It looks at your audience. It looks at how much, you know, audience retention you have from your posts on your platforms, and it determines how much you should charge based on what other people in the same category, same following are charging. That's how I determined my rates. But what I noticed with social media is that sometimes someone with less followers can be more influential with someone with more. So sometimes it's hard basing a rate. It's hard basing your rate off of your numbers, you know. So the nice thing is that they do use like your engagement to see how many people are actually engaging with the post that you're putting out. But I used Webfluential, and what also helped me was talking to my other fellow, like my peers. I hope I've been helpful, and I hope I've given you a little bit of like a sneak peek into my career, into my life with answering these questions. Please hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, or just leave a comment on this video if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask me that are career related. Like I said, I will definitely be doing like a more personalized ask me anything in the future. I just thought it would be best to focus on career for now. It's a new year. I hope like everyone is blessed to get all the bags that they want to get. I hope that the tips and tricks I've shared with you can help you secure that bag. I hope you guys continue engaging with my content and checking it out, and just, you know, being as sweet as you've been. YouTube has been such a wholesome place for me. Everyone is always kind, and I know I've said this 100 times, but I really appreciate it. It really is like the best platform for me right now in terms of like the positivity and the encouragement to keep going. Give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends if you think it will be helpful for them. And if there's anything else that you'd like to ask me, leave it in the comment section, and I promise I'll do another video. I hope you guys have a lovely month, the month of love. Valentine's is coming. Guys, don't let stupid days like Valentine's get you down. You're hot. Just be hot. You're a dime. You're a one of one. Don't forget that. Love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.